Today we have neighborhood info, property info, school info for you, and make sure you stay till the very end because we have some sweet views to show you as well. We have the Jack Kramer Club here on the left immediately when you're entering the neighborhood, which is a great place. It's one of the reasons I love this neighborhood because I play tennis a lot, and to be walking distance to the Jack Kramer Club would be really cool. So if you're a tennis enthusiast, it's a great neighborhood for that. Look at how beautiful this street is. This is one of my favorite streets in the entire South Bay, Encanto Drive. It just gives me a feeling of calm and happiness driving down. It's nice and wide, lined by trees, and always super clean. So Montecillo is known for its spacious properties and friendly, established community. As we drive through these streets, you'll notice a unique blend of expansive lots. There's a lot of big lots, mature homes, and that laid-back, peaceful vibe because it's an ideal spot for those looking to settle in for the long haul. Let's get into the details. Montecillo is home to about 165 properties, each one with its own unique character. Homes here vary quite a bit in size. Some are around 1,500-ish square feet, while others go all the way up to 5,500 square feet. And just take a look at these lot sizes. They're huge. Some start around 1,300 square feet, and others are almost 70,000 square feet in the lot. So if you're someone that loves a little bit of room to spread out, Montecillo definitely delivers. One thing that makes Montecillo stand out in LA County is that these homes are all single family. There are no condos or townhomes here. Most houses average between 3 and 4 bedrooms, and that low density setup adds a lot to the neighborhood's calm atmosphere. The streets are quiet, there's plenty of parking, and you really feel the space. Most homes were built back in the early 1960s, which gives the neighborhood a solid, timeless feel you don't always find in the newer developments. And you see that as we drive down these streets. Look, there's barely any cars parked on the street. There's tons of room. On any given day, you'll see children out in the front yards playing. There's also tons of privacy in this neighborhood, which I love personally. That's something you find a lot in the South Bay, especially in the Palos Verdes area. Lots and lots of privacy, which is fantastic. Now, let's chat a little bit about sales. Sales activity here is pretty low, with only 2 properties selling in the last year. The turnover rate sits just 1.21%, which is quite low compared to 90274, the local area, but even broader LA County, which both have a turnover close to 2.5%. This means that residents here like to stick around. They like to live here long term, and not a lot of homes come up for sale in this neighborhood on a yearly basis. That said, some homeowners are willing to sell for the right price, even if their home isn't currently on the market. So if you're interested in discussing these kinds of opportunities, feel free to call or email me. Also, if you like this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, especially the locals, because they might want to see what a drive-through of their neighborhood looks like. So I'm going to try to get you a view. There's a lot of these homes on the backside of the community that have fantastic views. So I'll try to pull up near the corner here on the turnaround to show you that you have a view of the golf course and Los Angeles. We might see it a little bit better later as well. The golf course that you might have a view of is Rolling Hills Country Club. That abuts the back side of the Montecillo community. And And some of these homes kind of on the corners have phenomenal views of both the course and on a clear day all the way to downtown Los Angeles. And it's super clear today. So we should be able to get a view to downtown up at one of the upper streets on the top of Montecillo. Most homeowners in this neighborhood actually live in their homes, with a solid 92% of properties being owner-occupied. There's a real community here. Most folks have been around for about 8 years. That's your average time of ownership. That gives the area a great neighborhood feel where people know each other, and it's not all just short-term turnover. Aurora is the other main street in the community, and you can see it's, once again, nice and wide, trees everywhere, lots of pride of ownership on this street as well. I really do love this street. Now with these hillsides, with these big mature trees, well-manicured lawns, well-manicured trees, there is, I mentioned earlier, tons and tons of privacy. When you're in backyards in this neighborhood, you feel like there's nobody next door to you, which is a very cool and unique situation. So now as we turn back onto Montecillo Drive, at the top of Montecillo is some of the best views. You'll see it should be a clear day today, so hopefully we'll be able to see on the camera how far the view goes. You've got a view of the golf course below, but then we should be able to see the tops of the buildings off into the distance. There we go. Yeah, you can definitely see that. You can even see the mountains in the distance. You can see there'll be views of SoFi, downtown LA, the mountains, just beautiful views from a lot of these homes on both sides of the street, and most especially at the end of the street, which has the golf course straight below it as well. Once again, look at these trees. So cool. Now, one side of the street kind of sits up above the street, and the other side is a little bit below. And as you can tell, a lot of the homes don't look like each other. These are not tract homes. They were all custom built. As we come down Montecillo back to the front of the community, we have one more street to look down, but as you can see, this is where we started. Straight ahead, that's the parking lot for the Jack Kramer Club. That's that first initial street we came down. And now we're going to turn the other direction. So now is probably a good time to start talking about the schools. For elementary school, the public option nearby is Dapple Gray Elementary, which is just 5 to 10 minutes drive down Palos Verdes Drive north. And then when you get to intermediate school, you get Marylest Intermediate School, which is just 5 to 10 minutes away up Palos Verdes Drive East. And there is a bus route also from both those schools that lets passengers off close enough to walk home, which is very, very cool from both of these schools. And also when your children get to high school, they get the choice between Palos Verdes Peninsula High School and Palos Verdes High School, which are two prestigious schools in the area, and they obviously have a very big rivalry. So that choice turns out to be a big choice once a child comes of age and starts going to high school. All in all, Montecillo has a lot to offer for both buyers and sellers. The large lot sizes, the established homes, and that real community atmosphere make it perfect for putting down roots. So whether you're thinking about buying or maybe selling, Montecillo is a strong, solid choice with a lot of long-term appeal here in the Palos Verdes Peninsula. Thank you so much for joining me. If I left anything out, please mention that in the comments below, as well as let me know if there's any other neighborhoods you'd love me to tour here in the South Bay of Los Angeles or on the Palos Verdes Peninsula. I'm Garrison Comstock, and I'll see you next time.